The life and history of humanity on Earth is shaped by and affects the climate. The federal government, medical community, and others now understand what the tribes have always known. Human health and nature are inextricably linked. They are one. According to the U.S. Global Climate Change Program, climate change will make many of the exposures that lead to health problems worse. Illness, injury, death, trauma, and mental illness are linked to climate change extremes. Health impact exposures result from extreme events and disruptions to essential services. Damages or changes to infrastructure can limit or impede access to health care and emergency response services. Climate change is impacting tribes across the country. Paula experiences heat, drought, floods, and fires. The Pacific Northwest and Great Lakes tribes are seeing changes in fish populations, food availability, and forests. Alaskan coastal tribes are impacted by melting permafrost, erosion, displacement, and lack of game for hunting. The Navajo are dealing with heat and lack of clean, fresh water. The Mojave are seeing their rivers shrink, which endangers their spirituality. The Seminole tribe of Florida deals with increased hurricanes, loss of shoreline from sea level rise, and the intrusion of ocean water into groundwater. The Lakota of South Dakota have experienced bomb cyclones and severe flooding. Climate change is caused by an increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which causes long-term change in usual or expected weather patterns. This is called the greenhouse effect. When the Earth is in balance, the greenhouse effect keeps temperatures at the right level to support life. Before people started burning fossil fuels, it took 10,000 years for carbon dioxide levels to rise 10%. Since 1751 and the start of the Industrial Revolution, carbon dioxide has risen more than 40%. It has now risen from 280 parts per million to 400 parts per million, higher than it has been for 800,000 years. Human activities have released 30 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Natural causes of climate fluctuations include solar radiation, volcanoes, and ocean currents. Forests have helped to regulate these fluctuations, but modern deforestation has reduced their capacity to adjust. Evidence of climate change is found in Western science, Indigenous science, and in traditional knowledge. We can see this evidence in the 1 degree Celsius increase in global average temperatures. This rises as high as 3 degrees near the North and South poles. Temperatures are also rising in the ocean. Sea levels have risen due to melting ice. Ice sheets are shrinking globally, and the oceans are unlikely to refreeze. Glaciers around the world are melting as well. Extreme weather events have increased in frequency. Oceans are becoming acidified, making life harder for animals like clams that have calcified shells. In places like the Pacific Northwest, snow cover is declining, and more precipitation is falling as rain instead of as snow. There are enormous opportunities for tribes to protect their communities. Mental health, physical health, socioeconomic security, and cultural health for tribal communities can be protected through action. Indigenous peoples have been adapting to change for generations. Climate change may be a new and dangerous threat, but it is not the first, nor will it be the last. Tribes manage, restore, and protect over 100,000 square miles of land within the United States. They are also the frontline communities experiencing the threats of climate change, which is threatening their ways of life. Every tribe is as unique as each individual member. There is a shared history of resilience against suppression of culture and damage to the land. This history negatively impacts tribes' ability to overcome climate change, but it is also a source of tribal strength. Climate change exacerbates historical inequalities and negative health outcomes. Climate change puts more stress on underfunded health systems and services. While protecting and practicing their traditional lifeways and knowledges, tribes must also navigate a maze of federal laws, treaty rights, sovereignty, and consent. We encourage tribal-serving practitioners to watch this video series. The threat is real, but these videos and other information can help tribes prepare for and fight against the health risks associated with climate change.